All right, what is up guys? JaretCampisi with the beautiful Christina K and my good buddy Dado. Welcome back to the channel. We have all three of the Campisi bikes in the lineup today, and I'm really excited for this. So we're gonna be putting more break-in miles on the Panigale V4 SP. Christina's gonna be riding with us. She's gonna be trying out the custom Ducati Monster, and Dado's gonna be on the Lambo Diavolo, and he might actually try out the SP today as well if we have time. Don't forget, this bike is actually gonna be added to the giveaway. It already is added to the giveaway. So now when you sign up on Patreon, not only are you getting entered to win our custom Ducati Monster 1200, you're also now gonna be getting entered to win our brand new 2021 Ducati Panigale V4 SP. Link to the Patreon page, always the first link in the description below. All right, so Christina actually has ridden this bike, but back when it was bone stock in California. So are you excited to try it out now?
I am. It sounds really good.
Speaking of sound,
I love the Monster.
Why don't we start this up? She hasn't ridden it with the up map, the full system, the clear clutch, the carbon wheel, basically everything that we've done to it since then, which is about
a bike with the carbon wheels. I've never ridden giveaway bikes until
ever.
This one.
Yeah, so don't.
I've always stayed off of them.
Please don't.
I can't wait till she rides it.
I know, it actually.
Jaret, on the way here, I get on and I'm like, I'm so happy. Like,
the
Monster is phenomenal.
It's just a fun bike, just straight up fun.
I already love the bike as it is stock, so I'm excited to see.
I'm excited to go riding with you, and everyone misses you on YouTube riding and stuff. So.
You know, but I'd rather be at the pool right now in a bikini.
We'll do that when we come back. How about that? Listen to that thing, dude. That is a beautiful bike, man. You want to rev it? God, that's incredible.
Sounds really good.
It really does. I can't wait to see what you think when it starts crackling and stuff when you're downshifting. Oh, should we put you in a detune mode? Probably not sport, huh?
Nah.
Let's put you in, what do you think?
Touring.
Touring?
Yeah.
Touring should be all right.
I've ridden in sport, but.
You have? Oh, okay. I taught you good. I caught you good throttle control. All right, let's suit up and get out of here. All right, we are out. The three of us are out on the road, dude. It's so good to be riding with Teener Wieners again.
Teener Wieners.
Teener Wieners on a freaking badass custom Ducati Monster 1200. How's it feel, teens?
It's incredible.
Yeah?
It sounds so good.
It really does.
And it's extremely comfortable. It's like the perfect size.
Yeah, you actually look really good on that. It fits you very well. How is the comfort level?
Oh, the trouble.
Hey, give me a little, just a little. Listen to that thing, dude. Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
That's amazing. Dado, how's the Diavolo back there?
Oh, I love this thing.
We are literally the Ducati crew, dude. Ducati should be paying me for all this marketing. You know?
Once you go Ducati, you can't go back.
No, they're so dope, dude. And the thing is, literally every single week, almost daily, I get messages from people either on YouTube or on Instagram saying, I bought a fill-in-the-blank Ducati because of your videos. So, I love that shit, dude.
I can attest to that, yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I show you all the time.
People buying specific build, similar bikes to our build bikes and doing stuff themselves and saying, hey, you guys, I watched your YouTube for the longest time, and I ended up buying a 959 or like a
V2,
Diavolo.
yeah.
That's awesome.
I know.
It's so awesome to
and
hear
then
that.
go to Manny and they get the same
Yes,
part.
it makes me so happy, dude.
Yep.
It's just like a great community, you know? So anyway, one of the main points of this video was to not only get teens on the Monster, but also to put more break-in miles on our brand new Panigale V4 SP. So I wanted to have Dado along for this because braking in motorcycles is a very controversial topic. So some people believe that you should follow the manufacturer's guidelines like to the T, and I'm not one of those people. I feel that you should pretty much just ride it like normals while keeping it away from the red line. So Dado, what are your thoughts on braking in motorcycles, motorcycle engines and all that,
So the break-in, it's all a personal opinion unless you don't know what you're doing and you follow the manufacturer's recommendations. Now, I will tell you, well, I just scraped. I will tell you that it's a good thing that they recommend what they do because your typical rider does not understand, how mechanical components wear in, how to break in stuff. Luckily for me, my opinions started with you know, I just had basic knowledge. But over the years, you know, my brother used to race bikes, and I worked very closely with an old head machinist. They used to build drag bikes, and
Nice.
you know, I talked to a couple of guys that have had like fully built motorcycles that always tell me, you know, what you're supposed to do, in my opinion, is ride it like you should, like how you would always ride it, right?
Yep.
Get on it,
Yep.
go through all the gears,
Yep.
make sure that it's under load when you accelerate,
Yes.
and decelerate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so engine braking and acceleration is some of the most important things,
Yep.
and you want to go up through the RPM ranges often. You don't
Yes.
want to just keep it at 1 RPM
Once
range.
the bike's warmed up, don't get on it when it's cold and start
Exactly, and
railing
that was
on
my
it.
next thing.
Just
one of
use
the most
common sense.
Yeah, one of the most important things is when people say warmed up, so like it's not just the viscosity and getting
Let's
the
go.
oil hot.
Let's go.
The most important thing is getting the oil through every single component
Yep.
inside of that engine.
Yep.
Block, cylinder heads, all the journals, all the moving parts, you know, to make sure that everything's lubricated properly before you ride it.
Yep.
And take it through the RPMs a little bit.
God, this bike is so nice. The other thing is too, when it comes to braking in a motorcycle, is a lot of people focus on the motor, which of course is one of the most important components. But I think one of the reasons why the manufacturers put all of those really strict guidelines on there is because the tires are still breaking in. It's really dangerous if you go out on a brand new bike and just start ripping it. I talked about that in the last video, how I know a lot of motorcycle owners that own dealerships that say they see people high-siding right out of the dealership because the tires are so slippery. The gearbox is still breaking in, so sometimes you'll get false neutrals, and if that happens at a fast speed, that's going to be a lot more of a problem than if you're going on normal speeds where they're telling you don't go above 7,000 and stuff like that. Because if anything is going to go wrong, it's probably going to go wrong on the bike, whether it's brake components, gearboxes, motors. It's going to go wrong in that first couple hundred miles, you know. And so I think that's one of the reasons is liability more than anything. Just in case something were to happen, that it happens at a lower speed, you know what I mean?
Yep, and you know, you have, if an advanced rider purchases a motorcycle, you know, from a dealership, or a person that's never been on a motorcycle in their life, no matter what they read or what they follow, they're going to ride that motorcycle differently.
Yeah.
You know, so, and a lot of people think, okay, the engine, like they're worried about the engine, but you have to break everything in. You know, the brake pads, they're pretty much like you don't want to glaze them. There is front and rear sprockets and chain. Every mechanical component of it actually has to get broken in, you know. You don't just want to go out there and hammer on it. So, so all in all, my personal opinion, the most important thing to do is, well, actually, my real opinion is ride it like you stole it.
Depending on your rider level.
Yes.
Right?
But, you know, take it up through the RPMs. Don't be afraid to engine brake.
Yep.
You know, piston rings especially are, you know, the best way to wear them in is to vary the RPMs and make sure you get enough engine
so they're
braking.
under load so that they can seat properly.
Absolutely, yeah.
So
anyways, yeah, that's you know, as far as the tires go, so there's also a lot of controversial things about tires, like, oh, they have oil and blah, blah, blah. So tires are made, you know, there's a lot of molds that the tires are, when they're taken out of a mold, there's a lot of release agent on there. There's also chemicals within the tire. And what happens is, for the first couple of times that you warm up that tire, when you're actually on the road, it releases those chemicals a little at a time, and that can be slick, you know.
Yeah, they definitely are slick. I've noticed it for sure. There you go, guys. From a mechanic who has taken apart motors, built motors, done everything you can possibly do on a car or a motorcycle. Pretty much breaking in a bike it really just comes down to personal preference, but I think it's more of a safety thing than a hurting the motorcycle thing. Now, again, I like to let the bikes always come up to temperature, at least for the first few hundred miles, and you'll be able to tell if you pay attention to the brakes and to the shifter and to the motor. You can actually tell when the bike starts to break in and it gets rid of all those little tiny pieces of metal that were in there and stuff like that. I can tell, and for me, it usually happens after the first 300, 400 miles. The bike feels properly broken in. I don't get false neutrals. It shifts very well. It goes into neutral easily. The motor feels like it's not, I don't know, it like unrestricted, I guess would be the word. But yeah, so that's just, like I said, it's personal preference, but do things at your own pace. Do what's comfortable to you. If it's your bike, you're going to keep it for a long time. Breaking it in softer is never going to be a bad thing, but you shouldn't buy a bike and be scared to ride it at the same time. So it's, like with anything else in life, it's all about balance, you know?
So one more thing to mention, Jared.
Yeah. Watch out, there's a gnarly...
when my machinist used to build motorcycle engines, and you know, they put in a brand new clutch and a transmission, and they take it out on a track. You know how they break it in? They give it hell 0 to 60, and they run that engine like it should be ran, and they never ever have issues unless the engine was assembled improperly.
Exactly.
So,
but you know what they do too, Dotto, is they change the oil constantly.
Every single time it's out on the track, it gets an oil change and a filter, and that's one of the most crucial things, is because initial wear of those components until they get seated, especially like things like the rings and stuff like that.
Yep.
You know, bearings, you're going to get a lot of
shavings.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to get out of the motor.
Yep. So anyways, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. Let's
go enjoy these roads.
Yeah, exactly. Woo! Yeah, because when I had the Street Fighter, Dotto, and I picked it up, the day I picked it up, Christina and I were going up the PCH highway through Malibu, and I was like racing her and when she was driving the Corvette, and I was taking it up to like, you know, 13,000 RPMs, a couple thousand away from Redline, and people were just roasting me like, you're ruining the bike and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, no.
Get the hell out of here.
I know, dude. Like I said, everyone has an opinion when it comes to breaking motors in. I've broken in 9 Ducatis in the past 3 years, and we've never had a single issue with any of them. Knock on carbon. But,
knock on carbon.
Yeah, you just got to be careful, man.
Yeah.
That's what it comes
down to. When my machinist used to build my engines, you know, he used to say, okay, go slap her in the car and give her hell. And I said, like really give her, like a turbo engine, you know? He'd be like, yeah, man, go ahead, open her up. And I would do it, you know? And then like, you know, like 2 days later, the engine feels solid, you know? Yep. And he's like, whoa, something breaks, you're going to know it.
Woo! This thing is so good. I watched a video today, Dotto, on the 2021 Superbike Shootout, and top 3 in this order, the new M1000 RR was 3rd, the new Aprilia RSV4 was 2nd, and the V4 SP was number 1. They said by far the best bike of 2021 and one of the best bikes they've ridden in the past 5 years.
Now, is that overall best bike? Everything?
Yeah,
suspension,
it was
handling, 0
yes,
to 60,
everything overall. Yep.
Wow.
I think that was the street test. They're going to do a track test separately.
Probably the only thing that had failed was the freaking heat.
I know, but they're wearing full leather, so you don't even notice it. And honestly, even right now, when it's like, it's probably low 90s, high 80s, I feel the heat, but it's not unbearable, you know? So it's a really good bike, man. Christina, would you be comfortable riding this at some point, or can you not touch the ground?
I have no idea if I can touch the ground. I haven't tried it in my riding shoes, but I mean, if we ever stop or when we get back home, I can see if I can, but it's pretty high. You've ridden our V2 Panigale, but you've never ridden a V4 Panigale. Oh, it's not
God, this... I forget how crazy this motor is until I give it some tea and biscuits.
I think it wakes up like halfway through the RPM.
It does. Know? Yeah, it does.
I think like 7 grand, it's really like, oh, good morning. Hey, that's our favorite spot, remember?
Oh, God. I never told him what happened. And I'm not going to tell him now.
You'll never know.
Christina, how's the Monster treating you?
Oh, it's incredible.
You like it, huh?
It's, yeah, I love it.
She needs to downshift a little bit and
I want to hear a downshift. Oh, spit a flame!
Did I get a flame?
Yeah, that was so epic.
It's just incredibly easy to ride.
It really is.
And this is a 1200S.
Yep. Can you notice the?
I'm not a very experienced rider. I'm still a beginner. But
can you notice the weight difference? Like if you go back and forth, can you feel that? You know.
I can move this bike around easily.
Yeah, that's the one nice thing about. Oh God, watch the stones. Holy shit. That's the one nice thing about our builds, because not only are we adding power and making them look cool, but all the weight savings makes them a lot easier for people to ride, you know?
If I had to choose between this and the SP if I won, I would take the Monster.
You would take the Monster?
I know that the bike, the SP, is limited, but I wouldn't ride it day to day. It's
No.
way too aggressive. And for
Dotto.
long rides, this is so easy. It's comfortable.
The Monster's amazing. For these back roads, it's literally perfect. What would you take, Dotto? The Monster or SP?
I'll tell you what, you'll hear that answer once we get the SP a little bit modded, because it's,
Yeah, that's true.
it's tough to say. The Monster is so fun right now.
It
Like,
is.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, when you're like, hey, we're gonna ride, I'm like, I'm excited, I'm canceling all my plans
Yeah.
and hopping on the Monster.
Yeah. Yeah, right now, I would rather ride the Monster with the state that this bike's in. I hate stock bikes, though. I'm really, yeah, I'm
Like
really
the Monster,
spoiled.
I'm not afraid to ride, but the SP, I'm a little intimidated to ride.
Which makes sense. This is a lot more power. It's a lot more committed riding position, and it's a higher seat. So, I mean, that makes...
And you know what? I'm actually nervous to ride to Diablo, because that's a whole different riding position I've never been in.
And it's a lot heavier.
Imagine being on a couch that moves.
A couch that goes 180.
It looks really good on Dotto.
I know, doesn't
Stop
it?
saying that.
I'll be honest though, Dotto looks good on every bike. Like, he really does.
Damn
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. So, Christina, this is your first time riding in Pennsylvania in like 3 or 4 years.
I know, it's been a while.
How does it feel? How do these roads feel compared to California?
Oh, it's so much better.
You like it, huh?
I love the back roads. No one's on them. There's so much nature, and I love nature, and you're away from people.
Way less people around. Look at those beautiful hills.
Look at the sun.
Yeah, that's epic, dude.
It looks like when it's in California and the sky's on fire.
Uh-huh. That does. So this actually, we're on a road that's gonna go past my grandmother's house, my old grandmother's house, and we're heading into New Bloomfield, which is a really small town that's a couple thousand people. Still isn't a stoplight in this town. And this is actually the town where I grew up. So I lived out here in New Bloomfield in Perry County until I think 3rd grade is when we moved over into Cumberland Valley. So I'll show you guys my grandmother's house, and I'll show you one of the houses that we lived in when I was young. And you're gonna laugh your asses off because it's a dump. I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but hopefully I can. But Dotto, my grandfather used to, that's how I learned how to drive, was on go-karts and mini bikes.
Oh, that's awesome.
My grandmother had 12 acres up here, and we used to go and buy like old go-karts, and we would fix them up together. You'd think I would know something about mechanical work, but I was always horrible at it. He would just yell at me for fucking shit up. But I was good at driving them, and we would get mini bikes, and I would ride mini bikes, and I think that actually helped a lot with. Oh, it's right here. It's right around. It's right around the corner here. Should be right here. There it is. There's my grandmother's old house right there.
Right here, Mimi?
Yep. That's Mimi's.
This one?
Yeah. And that land goes all the way up, way back up past the telephone lines and all that.
Oh, there's a horse.
So that's one of the houses I like literally grew up in there, because we used to live with my grandmother when we were younger because we didn't have any money.
Did you ride donkeys?
No, I didn't. They didn't have horses. That was all added after. So how crazy is that, dude? That's literally where little Jaret was born right there.
Jaret.
And then her brother lived right down that road in a beat up old house.
Wow.
Yeah, Mimi, my grandmother was dirt poor, like lived through the Great Depression and shit. So
Is it crazy to like remember old memories and places you lived and the things you used to do?
Yep.
I think it's so interesting that certain things your brain remembers so distinctly, but it could be something so freaking weird, like a smell or music, you just think about the good memories and sometimes bad,
Yeah.
It's nuts.
I had a lot of bad memories when I was younger. I've never talked about it on YouTube. Maybe someday I will. But yeah, my babysitter was right up here on the left-hand side. That's where my brother was chasing me, and I slammed into a nail right on my forehead.
Oh.
Right here at this house.
Well, that explains a lot.
Yeah, I know. Or actually, it might have been this one on the left. I can't remember. It was one of these two. But we used to run on those fields back there and play. And my dad worked at the prison right here as a correctional officer. On the left-hand side, Perry County Prison.
No way.
Yep, my pops worked up there.
Wow.
And our house was right down here. This is like pretty much, wait until you see this town, Christina.
I'm just so excited that the three of us are riding again.
This is it. That's it right there. On the left.
This one right here?
That house right there. That's where I grew up. That's the house I grew up in. Well, for a few years at least.
That's yours?
That's it, dude.
Wow.
How funny is that? Tiny little house, dude. We were renting it. We didn't buy it. But that was the garage. Look at the garage. A little wooden door. How funny is that?
Wow.
Yeah, this was my
Is it the
stomping.
same color too?
This was little Jer Bears. I don't know. I don't remember what it looked like, to be honest.
Oh, look at that.
Such a cool little town, man.
It is actually a cool town. Do you want to drive down Main Street here?
Sure.
Let's go right.
Yeah.
I don't know where exactly this all goes, but let's go this way. This is what's awesome about riding, dude. Being able to go through, reminisce with your friends.
Oh, there's a square.
Yeah, this is it. This is the whole town right here. I'm not even kidding. That was it. This is it right here. Little convenience store, the town square,
Wow.
that little street that we came up on right there, and then this is it. How crazy is this? Pretty cool though, right?
That's
But
cool.
small towns have a nice feeling to them.
They do. And you can just like jog around the whole town. Everyone knows everybody, you know?
You probably never lock your doors, you know.
No, like nobody cares, you know? But yeah, that's it. That's where I grew up, right there. And Christina grew up in a similar situation, right, teens?
You mean like in the Middle East?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my grandparents were in a small village and everyone knows everyone. And no one ever really locked their doors or anything.
But
All the kids would go out until like midnight. No one cared where they were.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
But that was in Lebanon. Christina was
That was
born in
Lebanon,
Lebanon.
yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
people who don't know. Outside of Beirut, right? Nebi
No,
Isla.
in California, we lock doors.
Yeah, I lock my doors here too.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows where we live somehow. But these
And
are...
not Lebanon, PA, Lebanon.
Yeah, I know, right?
Country, yeah.
They call it Lebanon. Go, on you. I love seeing teens do pulls.
You guys.
She's so small. Like, dude, if teens like really wanted to get into racing and shit, she would just dominate people. 115 pounds.
She's
You know?
very competitive.
And like just very aerodynamic and very athletic, or wind
I love
resistant.
that this has a quick shifter.
Yeah, isn't it so nice? Up and down too. Have you been using it on the way down? Teen? Have you been like you go off the throttle and kick it down? You don't have to use the
Yeah.
clutch? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's so dope. Dado, do you know where we are?
No idea.
Me either.
But it's fun.
We're heading towards Newport, I guess.
Does it matter?
Nope, I don't care.
I just love enjoying the ride, man.
I kind of just want to follow signs like the old days, you know?
Yeah, we got the crew back together. It's nice.
It actually does feel really good to have Christina riding with us and Dado. This is what it's all about right here, man. Let's see how teens hits these curves. I love it because Christina never leans off the bike.
No, I sit up like a straight dip.
She's so small though, she really doesn't have to. Like she just kind of pushes it over and just lets it go.
That's what I like about the Diablo, man. Like I never lean off.
You
the
don't
bike
have
anymore.
to. You don't have to do anything on that bike. You sit so low to the ground. It's so minimal effort. You can go fast as shit on that bike. Dude, these roads are sick.
I wish they were smoother.
I wish it was a little
I
smoother,
wish they
yeah.
were paid.
Yeah.
Oh, Jaret, remember when we went with?
Hey, my dash turned
Did everyone's
dark.
dash go
Is that
black?
mode?
Did everyone's dash go black?
Yeah.
Mine did too. I
Mine
love
didn't.
that.
So cool.
Yours didn't, Dado?
No.
Aw, lame. You're not in the cool guys club. So I also had family that lived in Newport, which is another really small town. And I think it was one of these along the right-hand side here. I forget which one. But my other grandmother actually owned a little restaurant. So we would come down to her place and we get to hang out in the restaurant and usually work in the back doing dishes or something. But we always got good food. And once again, it's a small little town. So I really feels like home to be in places like this for me, which is funny because a lot of people probably wouldn't think that. But yeah, that's how Christina and I both grew up. And you know what's funny? You're from Croatia, right, Dado?
Yep.
So 2 immigrants and me from my small ass town. So you probably are from a small town too, huh, Dado? That's crazy. That's probably why we all get along
That's
so
how
well.
we get along.
Yeah.
That's right.
Very simple people, enjoy the little things in life, except for cars pulling out in front of Christina. I love the looks people give us driving through with
Especially in these little towns, they're like,
Yeah.
what are those?
But everyone always appreciates them. Like, look at that guy who's staring at the monster. I love it, dude. I like just getting lost.
Teens has the best sounding bike out of all three of us.
Yeah, but hey, we got exhaust on the way for this bad
Has an
boy.
exhaust on it.
I need to get the Termi exhaust on that Diablo. It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait for that.
Do you have the exhaust?
I have it here, yeah. but I got to do the first service first. So
You gotta get the exhaust on your dad's bike. Too.
I know, dude. Dotto has a lot of work to do.
Well, it looks like I'm taking off my day job.
All right, so we're on some random road. I have no idea. We've just been taking roads, and we ended up on some gorgeous freaking road. Beautiful scenery. It dropped like 10 degrees, and Teens is up there just ripping. Look at her. She's been leading us, dude.
Scenery, wienery, instant scenery.
Teens, is that thing easy to ride, huh?
What?
You look so effortless on it.
I'm telling you, it's very easy to ride, and it's so light. It's incredible.
Look at her go, dude. I love it.
I don't know these roads, so I'm being careful.
Yep, we don't either, so it's all good. I think we want to stay right. Go right. That's a 90-degree turn. You're good. You're all right. That was a sketchy turn. Yeah, this is amazing. I'm so happy right now. We're just enjoying ourselves.
Oh, I know where we're at.
You know where we are?
Yep.
Awesome, then you can get us home.
Nope.
Because I have no idea.
We passed that station.
Oh, we're coming back through Newport.
Yep.
We did a big loop.
Yeah.
Okay, I know where we are now.
Oh, I smell the barbecue.
Oh, I smell some barbecue too.
It's like, actually smells like French fries.
I would love to stop and get a beer right now. How good would that be? An ice cold frickin' summer shandy? Oh my god. So we got some open roads here. Get some nice spirited riding in. This is how you properly break in a Panigale right here, dude. Look at this. Woo!
There's a cop up front.
Oh really?
Either a cop,
They're blasting their beats at us.
either cop or animals.
What they put their lights on at us?
Yeah, that red car was flashing.
Ah, thank you, red car.
Uh-huh.
'Cause
That's what I love about PA. Nowhere else
No.
have I seen as many people warning you about either police or like deer. That's a big thing, especially for bikers.
Yep.
You know, deer jumping out in front of you.
And I would have been doing 130 right here.
At least.
I'm still
Kilometers.
thinking about it. Yeah. Get a little pull for these boys. Right past the old grandma's house. Those driveways here, I gotta be careful. God, this thing is a missile. It is ridiculous how fast this thing is. And yet it's so easy.
What is the 0 to 60 on that?
I have no idea.
I think, isn't it like 1 or 0.2 seconds slower than this?
Yeah, because it's really hard to keep the front end down. It does have launch control. Damn, look at this.
Wow.
I would guess just under 3 seconds if I had to guess. Something like that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But the quarter mile, I believe, is like right around 10 seconds, 9.9, something like that.
Okay.
10.2. Like I think this and the Diablo are pretty close in the quarter mile.
Really?
I believe. Yeah, and then after that, this bike then would destroy it. But that Diablo up till like 100, 120 is really fast.
It's crazy how people and their opinions on things change, because I always wanted, like, you know, a bike that could like be fast, you know?
Yeah.
And now it's like, I want the torque. That's the one thing I want the most. Coming by ya. Effortless.
This thing is crazy. The thing is, Dotto, is like with the technology that we have nowadays, you don't have to make compromises anymore. You know, you got everything you want with that Diablo, man. It's comfortable, it's super fast, it's torquey, it looks awesome. You know what I mean? Like, what else do you need? That's what's so great about that.
What the fuck?
What up?
That van came over the line.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
Good thing I pay attention. Jesus Christ.
I know. This is so awesome. My God, dude.
How fun is that?
This bike is insane. I forgot about the adrenaline rush of this bike. It's
a different kind of rush, huh?
It's dangerous. Like, it's just so capable. My Lord. You can get yourself in a lot of trouble on this bike. All right, so we made it home safely. We went out for about 50 miles or so, something like that. And Bike feels phenomenal. I can feel it slowly starting to break in. It's got about 120 miles on it or so right there. And I actually had a couple of spots there. I don't know if I got it on film or not. I can't remember what I filmed and what I didn't film, where I was able to open it up a little bit on some of those like long twisties, and it's a lot of fun, dude. That is a hell. The thing about like a super bike on the road is there's a lot more times where you're just stuck in traffic and kind of uncomfortable and it's not very fun. But then there's times when you actually get to open it up, and that's when you really have all the fun in like a little like 30-second, 2-minute like space of your whole hour, two hour ride. And that's like the beauty of the bike, and that's what keeps you coming back. It's like hitting that perfect swing in golf, you know. Whereas these guys are comfortable the whole time, having fun the whole time, but maybe not as much fun, you know, but it's a little bit more linear on bikes like that. So yeah, someone's gonna get this bike and you're gonna freaking love it, especially if you take it to the track. It's gonna be insane for that. So Teeners, how did you feel on the Monster? Did you like it?
I can't ride that bike.
Yeah,
it's way too
you just
high.
sat on it.
It's super aggressive,
Yeah.
but I can't touch the ground.
No.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
5'4". I'd be on my tips, and it's just not worth it.
No, way too easy to.
Especially when I know that bike is so much fun.
Yeah, I think you should try this one, teens. The Lambo Diavolo, because can you flat foot this one?
Yeah.
Sit on that one, see if you can pick it up, because it's really only heavy at low speed stuff. There you go. How's it feel?
Oh my god, I can almost flat foot.
Right? I told you.
First bike I can almost.
Don't you feel? Doesn't that give you a lot more comfort?
When you're riding and you sit back a little bit, this bike is like seriously like.
Dude, you look
I'm
badass.
used to going back here.
Yeah.
But it's up here.
You look badass on that thing.
I feel like anyone that sits on this bike looks really good.
Uh-huh. If you guys would like to see Christina ride my Lamborghini Diavolo 1260, drop a comment down in the comment section below.
Good variety of bikes here.
Yeah, the Ducati group, baby.
Cruiser, you got it. Like a track bike.
Uh-huh.
Something fun.
I love it. So don't forget, you can enter to win both of these bikes, our custom Ducati Monster 1200 and our brand new 2021 Ducati Panigale V4 SP. Patreon.com/Campisi Customs, always the first link in the description below. If you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.